If you're looking for a calm, stress-free drive, you'll definitely want to avoid these roads. For this list, we'll be looking at roads from around the world that are so risky, even the most fearless drivers would think twice before taking them on. Today, we're counting down the 15 most dangerous roads in the world. Number 15. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. Carved through the Taihang Mountains in China, Guoliang Tunnel Road is a road that will make your heart race and your palms sweat. Created by a group of villagers using only hand tools, this 0.75-mile stretch of road clings to the mountainside with nothing but steep, jagged cliffs below. The tunnel itself is narrow and dimly lit, with barely enough space for two vehicles to pass. What makes this road truly terrifying is its complete lack of barriers. One wrong turn, and you could find yourself plummeting hundreds of feet into the abyss. The sharp twists and blind turns add to the danger, making it a death trap for the unprepared. While the road offers breathtaking views, those brave or reckless enough to drive it are risking more than just a scenic journey. It's a roadway where nature's beauty and terror collide in the most dramatic way. Number 14. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. North Yungas Road in Bolivia, often dubbed Death Road, is infamous for its deadly reputation. Winding through the lush mountains of the Yungas region, this treacherous 39-mile stretch connects La Paz to Coroico. The road is narrow, barely 10.5 feet wide in most places, yet it accommodates two-way traffic, with towering cliffs on one side and sheer drops of nearly 2,000 feet on the other. What makes it even more terrifying is the lack of guardrails and frequent landslides that send vehicles tumbling into the abyss. Add in fog, rain, and poor visibility, and it's easy to see why this road claims so many lives. Drivers must navigate hairpin turns with absolute precision, knowing that any mistake could be their last. Over 200 people used to die on this road annually, making it one of the deadliest in the world. Despite its danger, thrill seekers still flock to experience its peril. Number 13. 99 Bend Road, China. The 99 Bend Road, also known as Heaven Linking Avenue, is a dizzying serpentine highway that snakes up Tianmen Mountain in China's Hunan province. With 99 sharp, hairpin turns, this road is as beautiful as it is terrifying. Each twist and turn brings drivers perilously close to steep drops that plummet hundreds of feet into the rugged valley below. There are no shortcuts and no margin for error. The road's name reflects its sheer complexity, with each bend testing even the most experienced driver's nerves and skill. Fog often rolls in, reducing visibility to near zero, while wet conditions turn the road surface into a slippery hazard. Guardrails are the only things standing between you and a fatal drop. Though it offers jaw-dropping views of the surrounding cliffs and forests, the 99 Bend Road is not for the faint-hearted. This is a journey where one wrong move could send you hurtling into the abyss. Number 12. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan. The Karakoram Highway, often called the eighth wonder of the world, is a breathtaking yet terrifying road that stretches over 800 miles from Pakistan to China. Winding through the Karakoram mountain range, this highway reaches dizzying altitudes of over 15,000 feet, making it one of the highest paved roads in the world. But with beauty comes danger. The road is notorious for its extreme weather conditions, from heavy snow and landslides to sudden rockfalls that can obliterate vehicles without warning. The narrow, twisting path often hugs the edge of steep cliffs with no guardrails to prevent a deadly plunge into the deep valleys below. Drivers must also contend with rapidly changing weather, which can shift from sunny skies to dense fog in minutes. Despite these hazards, the Karakoram Highway remains a vital trade route, but traveling this road is an adventure that pushes even the bravest to their limits. Number 11. Dalton Highway, Alaska. The Dalton Highway in Alaska is one of the most isolated and treacherous roads on the planet. Stretching 414 miles from Fairbanks to the Arctic Ocean, this desolate highway was originally built as a supply route for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Its remote location means there are no gas stations, restaurants, or medical services for hundreds of miles, making any breakdown or accident potentially life-threatening. What makes the Dalton Highway particularly dangerous are its extreme weather conditions. Temperatures can plunge to -60°F in the winter, and whiteout blizzards reduce visibility to almost zero. Icy roads, steep inclines, and frequent avalanches turn this journey into a hazardous ordeal. Even in the summer, the road is coated in loose gravel that can cause vehicles to skid off the edge. With only a handful of towns along its length, survival on the Dalton Highway is as much about endurance as it is about skillful driving. Number 10. Fairy Meadows, Pakistan. Fairy Meadows Road in Pakistan is anything but enchanting. This treacherous, narrow dirt path leads to Fairy Meadows, a beautiful but remote alpine region near Nanga Parbat, the world's 9th highest mountain. The road itself, however, is one of the deadliest on Earth. With no guardrails and barely wide enough for one vehicle, the road clings to the side of steep cliffs that drop over 2,000 feet into the valley below. The most frightening part: the road is completely unpaved, riddled with loose rocks, and prone to landslides, making it incredibly easy to lose traction. In some spots, even seasoned drivers must navigate by inching forward, knowing one wrong move could lead to disaster. To add to the peril, the road is only accessible by jeep, and the final leg must be done on foot. For those brave enough to take the journey, Fairy Meadows offers stunning views if they survive the drive. Number 9. Ashima Ohashi Bridge, Japan. Ashima Ohashi Bridge in Japan is known for its terrifyingly steep gradient, often referred to as the roller coaster bridge, spanning Lake Nakatomi and connecting the cities of Matsu and Sakamoto. This massive concrete structure is the largest rigid-frame bridge in Japan. But what makes it truly alarming is its sharp incline, which appears nearly vertical from a distance, especially on approach. The bridge was designed this way to allow large ships to pass underneath, creating a steep ascent and descent that tests the nerves of even the most confident drivers. While it's only 1.1 miles long, driving up feels like scaling a mountain, and coming down feels like plummeting from a cliff. The steepness, combined with occasional strong winds, can make controlling vehicles, especially in poor weather, an intense challenge. Though the bridge is safe, it's a journey that leaves many gripping their steering wheel for dear life. Number 8. Stelvio Pass, Italy. Stelvio Pass in Italy is a stunning yet hair-raising road that twists and turns through the Eastern Alps at an elevation of over 8,900 feet. Known for its 48 sharp switchbacks, the road is a favorite among thrill-seeking drivers, cyclists, and motorcyclists. But with its beauty comes danger. The narrow, serpentine path clings to the mountainside, with steep drops and little room for error on the winding bends. The altitude adds another layer of peril, as weather conditions can shift rapidly, bringing thick fog, icy patches, or even sudden snowfall, making the already difficult turns even more treacherous. During peak tourist season, the road gets crowded, adding to the risk of accidents. One wrong maneuver on a sharp bend, and you could find yourself tumbling down the mountainside. Stelvio Pass may offer breathtaking alpine views, but the road demands intense focus and nerves of steel to survive its deadly curves. Number 7. Hindustan-Tibet Road, India. The Hindustan-Tibet Road in India is a perilous route carved into the rugged mountains of the Himalayas. Stretching over 280 miles, this road was originally built by the British in the 19th century to connect India with Tibet. Today, it's considered one of the most dangerous roads in the world, notorious for its hairpin turns, steep drops, and sheer cliffside paths. What makes the Hindustan-Tibet Road especially terrifying are the crumbling edges and narrow sections that barely allow one vehicle to pass. There are no guardrails to stop a vehicle from plummeting hundreds of feet into the gorge below. Landslides and rockfalls are frequent, especially during the monsoon season, making the road even more treacherous. Drivers must navigate blind corners with extreme caution, knowing that one misstep could mean disaster. Despite its dangers, the road offers breathtaking views of the Himalayan landscape if you dare to take your eyes off the road. Number 6. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. Skipper's Canyon Road in New Zealand is a perilous, narrow road that winds through the breathtaking yet treacherous landscape of the Southern Alps. Originally built during the 19th century gold rush, this 13-mile stretch is notorious for its sharp, hair-raising turns, sheer drops, and lack of guardrails. Carved into the side of towering cliffs, the road offers jaw-dropping views, but it's not for the faint-hearted. What makes Skipper's Canyon Road even more dangerous is its width. It's so narrow that two vehicles cannot pass each other in most sections. If you encounter oncoming traffic, one vehicle must carefully reverse to a wider spot, often with just inches separating it from the deadly edge. The road's gravel surface adds to the instability, especially after rain, making it slippery and prone to rockfalls. Despite its scenic beauty, the road's terrifying reputation is so strong that rental car companies often refuse insurance for travelers who dare to drive it. Number 5. Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. Taroko Gorge Road in Taiwan, also known as the Central Cross Island Highway, is a stunning but perilous route carved through the dramatic Taroko Gorge. Winding through towering marble cliffs, this narrow road is considered one of the most dangerous in the world. Drivers face a series of hairpin turns, dark tunnels, and tight passages that barely fit a single vehicle, let alone two-way traffic. Adding to the danger are frequent landslides and rockfalls, especially during Taiwan's rainy season and typhoons, which can strike without warning. The road is lined with sheer drops, and in many places there are no barriers to stop a vehicle from plummeting into the gorge below. Fog often rolls in, reducing visibility to near zero, making the already terrifying drive even more hazardous. Though the natural beauty of Taroko Gorge is stunning, navigating this road is a harrowing experience that requires extreme caution and precision. Number 4. The Road of Bones, Russia. The Kolyma Highway, chillingly nicknamed the Road of Bones, is one of the most remote and dangerous roads in Russia. Stretching over 1,000 miles through Siberia, this icy path connects the cities of Magadan and Yakutsk. Its haunting name comes from the tragic history of the road, built by Soviet prisoners under brutal conditions. Many died during construction, and their bones were buried beneath the road itself. The dangers of the Road of Bones are not just historical. Harsh weather conditions make this road nearly impassable for much of the year. In winter, temperatures can plunge to minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit, turning the road into a frozen, desolate landscape. In the summer, melting ice creates muddy, treacherous paths. With little to no infrastructure along the way, a breakdown or accident could leave travelers stranded for days in some of the coldest and most isolated terrain on Earth. It's a road that's as unforgiving as its tragic past. Number 3. Atlantic Ocean Road, Norway. The Atlantic Ocean Road in Norway is a scenic yet nerve-wracking route that stretches across a series of small islands and skerries, connecting the towns of Kristiansand and Molde. Spanning 5 miles, this architectural marvel is famed for its stunning ocean views and dramatic curves. But it's not just the beauty that grabs attention. This road can turn deadly in an instant. Built along the rugged coastline, the Atlantic Ocean Road is constantly battered by fierce winds and towering waves from the Norwegian Sea. During storms, waves crash over the road, making driving extremely hazardous. The sharp twists and dips, especially at the iconic Storseisundet Bridge, create a roller coaster-like experience that can be heart-pounding in rough weather. While the road is often peaceful and picturesque, when nature unleashes its fury, it becomes a test of nerve and skill, with drivers battling the elements to stay on course. Number 2. Cotahuasi Canyon Road, Peru. Cotahuasi Canyon Road in Peru is a treacherous path that winds through one of the deepest canyons in the world, Cotahuasi Canyon. The road, which snakes along steep cliffs and jagged rock faces, is incredibly narrow and upaved, leaving drivers with little room for error. With no guardrails and sheer drops of over 9,000 feet, one wrong turn can send vehicles plunging into the abyss below. Frequent landslides, especially during the rainy season, add to the danger, often making sections of the road impassable. The hairpin bends and blind corners demand absolute concentration, as vehicles must navigate the rugged terrain with precision. Despite the peril, the road leads to breathtaking views of the canyon and the surrounding Andes Mountains, but the journey is not for the faint-hearted. Those who brave Cotahuasi Canyon Road must be prepared for a thrilling yet life-threatening adventure in the heart of nature's raw beauty. Number 1. Killer Kishtwar Road, India. The Killer Kishtwar Road in India is a perilous mountain road that pushes drivers to their limits. Carved into the cliffside of the remote Himalayas, this narrow, upaved path clings to the edge of steep drops, with barely enough room for a single vehicle. The road's most terrifying feature is its complete lack of guardrails, leaving nothing between travelers and a sheer fall of over 2,000 feet into the valley below. Frequent rockfalls and landslides, especially during the monsoon season, make this already dangerous road even more treacherous. The road's sharp turns, blind corners, and crumbling edges demand expert driving skills and nerves of steel. One wrong move or miscalculation could mean disaster. Although the journey offers spectacular views of the Himalayan landscape, few dare to take this road. The Killer Kishtwar Road is a deadly path where every turn feels like a fight for survival against the unforgiving terrain. Which road scared you the most? Comment below. See you next time.